Eastenders fans, and welcome to episode 10 of Changing Eastenders. Now, apart from Deirdre Santa, whose era of Eastenders was flawless and wonderful and really brought a new breath of fresh air in 21st century Eastenders. But when you look at, from the moment Kate Harwood took over Eastenders, we have had an age of mediocrity, of tameness, of characters not being developed properly so we can care about them, so we can follow them, so we can say we've got to watch EastEnders because we care about this character or that character. We've had Kate Harwood. We then had Kate Harwood move from EastEnders showrunner to BBC head of drama. And then we had Brian Kirkwood. We've had Lorraine Newman. And now we've had Dominic Treadwell-Collins. Now, if we take Dominic out of the equation just for now, we could say that all those showrunners I've just mentioned, not including Deirdre Santa, let me get that straight, have not run the show, haven't made the show in my eyes, what it should be, and in a lot of people's eyes. Now, I think we can put Dominic back in there now and say, when you get producer after producer coming up with similar results, you have to look at the corporation. You have to look at what the Americans call it, the network, the television channel, who's making the show. Now, there seems to be a serious underbelly at the BBC that want EastEnders to be a certain way. When you look at the Twitter, when you look at the Twitter page that they've got, BBC EastEnders, a lot of the posts are very humorous, very juvenile. Now, it's okay to a point, but they take it too far. Your BBC EastEnders, you're the Twitter account for EastEnders. Be a little bit serious. Talk about some issues, But this jokey, it's just the whole thing seems to be aimed at really young kids. That's how it seems to me, like 13 to 17. So it's obvious to me that the BBC are aiming EastEnders to those kind of age groups. And that's puzzling. That really is puzzling, because when you aim at those age groups, you're kind of saying we can't do anything too hard-hitting. And that is embedded in EastEnders' DNA, isn't it, to be hard-hitting and hardcore. I posted this week, my EastEnders fiction and my EastEnders, if I was running it or had anything to do with it, there will be a lot of blood, there will be a lot of violence. It will be very modern-day Game of Thrones. A lot of you know my concept, but I'm going to do something for you again. I'm going to post my concept on my Facebook page. I want to run EastEnders again, just to remind everyone what my vision for EastEnders is. But if we go back to this, so from Kate Harwood onwards, in my opinion, the show just hasn't been good enough. Now, again, it's like going back to yesterday. I did my video about Dominic Treadwell-Collins having the exchange with the EastEnders fan. If you look at it from his point of view, he's running a show. He's trying to run a show. He's got the BBC in one ear. He's got fans in the other. And the pressure is starting to tell. And, of course, it is going to start to tell, because he comes across as an EastEnders fan. But then we're seeing certain things in EastEnders that are not EastEnders. Dominic Treadwell-Collins, he's extended the Carter family, and basically they're based on his family. And I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't really want to watch an EastEnders about Dominic's family, unless it's a very interesting family that have a lot of drama surrounding it. In the sense of the Carters, I'm not talking about Shirley, because Linda Henry as Shirley is just brilliant. She's perfection. And she works now, but she worked even better before the Carters were extended. But I do think her and Danny Dyer work wonderfully together, but who wouldn't work well with Linda Henry or Danny Dyer? Let's be honest about it. The extended Carters, for me, hasn't worked. Now, Dominic and other people who work on the show will tell you how successful the Carters have been. Now, I don't know if there's an EastEnders in an alternate reality somewhere, but the EastEnders in this reality has had a lot of complaints about the Carter family. They've been called boring, inept, pointless, and that's not by me, by the way. So the extension of the Carters is a problem to me, because when it was first proposed, a lot of rumours were coming through to me about this, and I thought this was really exciting. Initially, I thought this is a good idea because I heard rumblings of Linda Henry wanting to go, who plays Shirley, and they had very few good characters in it as it was. They couldn't lose one of their best, and plus she works really well with Steve McFadden, aka Phil. It was a serious situation, so I think Dominic quickly came in there and kind of thought, what can I do to keep her? Extend her family, make her more viable and more important as a character. And I was quite excited about this as well. When you hear Danny Dyer is going to play Shirley's brother, you do get excited. But for me, if I had the honour and responsibility of plotting a show that Danny Dyer's in full time, I think I'll really try and resist making him a shrinking violet. Now, I understand why Dominic is gone this way with Danny Dyer, because it's doing the opposite. You know, it's challenging him because he's always played these kind of gangstery violent roles, and I get that. But in the end, you have to chip away at this character and you have to make him a bit more hardcore, because he's not really, to me, as a character, what he should be. But Mick is the least of Dominic's problems. It's the characters around him, and I'm not talking about the extension of the Carters, although the problem is with EastEnders, and again, it's not just about Dominic, the characters need developing properly. They're not really developed. I know with soaps it's rush, you've got to get the product out. But I don't see the same problem with Emmerdale characters or Brookside characters or even Coronation Street characters to a point. They seem to be really polished and developed and work as actors working on characters to make them viable as characters. With EastEnders, I see people blurting out lines, but I'm not embracing the characters. I'm not caring about the characters. First 5 years of EastEnders, it seeped character, didn't it? And the most important thing about a soap is not really the surroundings or that they've got pretty people. It's that the characters are characters, because then you can give them really strong events surrounding them. And to me, that's the problem with EastEnders, and that's quite a major problem. And I think also since Dominic's come around, there's a lot of smiley people, there's a lot of happy endings, and that is not ingrained in EastEnders DNA for sure. No question about that. So then we kind of look at it and we think, well, we know what the BBC are doing now. We know what Dominic Treadwell-Collins are doing. But the BBC is a publicly run company. We fund it. So in that context, are they giving us, the people that fund the corporation, what we want? And I would say 50 to 70% of people are not happy. Now, people will say to me, well Mick, you know, it's on 5 to 7 million viewers, as we've discussed this before. But the BBC it's not the focus of ratings. It's important, but with the BBC, it's not the most important thing. Quality of product is very important to the BBC, and you see it in their other dramas. It's one of the things I look at is really Lacey Turner, aka Stacey, who's really been on the subs bench for a long time now. And the latest story is Stacey and Kush getting it on. This is a critically acclaimed actress. If you haven't seen Our Girl, go and watch it. The young lady is immense. And the biggest story she can get is getting it on with Kush. The biggest story she can get is looking at a key for 1 year. This is Lacey Turner. This is one of the most talented, complex actresses, talent-wise, you'll get. And this is what she's getting. I'm angry. I've tried to be really calm about the situation with EastEnders and the direction the BBC are going in. This isn't no more about who's producing it or who's in it. It's the BBC here. They're taking it down a direction they shouldn't be taking it. There'll be more to come from me because I'm not giving up. I've been at this for 2 years now. And at first, I think people thought I was trying to make a quick name for myself. I don't care about money and I don't care about fame. But I do care about saving EastEnders from itself, because that's what it needs. My concept is real, it's raw, it will change EastEnders in a lot of ways, but it will make it one of the biggest shows you have ever seen the like of in this country. Don't forget, Movies TV Mad on Twitter. I want to run EastEnders on Facebook. See you later. Bye-bye.